All right, boys, we got a quick review slash unboxing video of the Micsig. It's the SATO1004, I believe. You can see the dimensions of the size of the box. You can translate that to, or transfer that to inches if you'd like. See how it comes. Just gotta say, this was not sent to me. It's not a sponsored review or anything like that. I purchased this with all my own funds. So this is gonna be a straight to the point, honest review. Nothing kind of puffed up, nothing like that. Okay, a little bit about me while I'm unboxing this. I've worked for one of the top Fortune 500 companies. I was in charge of reviewing some of the new equipment that we ordered. So here it is. Pull it out. Okay, guys, first impression on this thing. It's heavy, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but maybe prolonged use trying to hold it in your hand, which I don't know why you would really want to do, but it would be some fatigue issues. But heavy in a sturdy feeling way that I like, actually. I don't know why it would be so heavy, but it is. Handle is very good. Tactile buttons, man, they feel really good. There's a texture on here, and these up and down, left and right. No twist, by the way. They feel really good. Typical Chinese font that they use, rather. Stands, two stands, levers rather, and looks like a removable battery, probably with these two screws here. There's an arrow here. Okay, we'll get to that at some point, I guess. And yeah, it sits up with both. See, close one. You can sit with one as well if you want. There's your inputs there at the top, color-coded 1 through 4, and auxiliary out. And on the side, we've got our power. It looks like a ground signal generator, probably a USB 3 and normal for mouse or whatever, I guess. HDMI out, USB, and our DC 12 volt in. Pretty good. Dedicated on and off switch. All right. Yeah, like I said, I actually worked for a Fortune 500 company, and I was in charge of reviewing all of the major manufacturers' wireless mobile devices. And the decisions I made was what we would pick to if the company was going to spend millions of dollars on this product or the competitors. I was the one that was in charge of reviewing, testing, and doing all the different converting our software to operate on those devices. So I've got experience in actually touching these things, testing them, and knowing what's what. So overall, so far, just on the build quality of this thing, I'm actually kind of impressed. It's not just your typical, Chinese junk, the feeling of it, rather. See, in the box comes, looks like the leads. We got 2 of them. Okay. Actually, it's probably going to be 4 because it's a 4-channel, right? It looks like they're color-coded. You can switch the rings on the leads, it looks like. I'll open those in a bit. And here's the power adapter. And let's see here. It's a 12 volt, 4 amp. So you would actually be able to use this on a vehicle as well. This one is tailored to automotive diagnostics, so I don't think you're probably going to have an issue with battery. Nice touch that actually, which kind of shows another level of design on the power adapter. It even has the Micsig light up logo right there, you can see that. So looks pretty good so far. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Oh, I forgot these. Came with this, came with a screen protector. I don't know, they probably should have installed it before it came, but okay, and it looks like a certificate. Yeah. Oh, and I saw inside the box a little cleaning cloth for the screen. Okay, so let me go ahead and plug this thing in. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and plug it in and charge it up. As you can see, the little port there on the side. And there's the on switch. Turn it on. And hit that power button. It lights up, by the way. You can see that. There's the logo. And looking at this screen, this loading screen, this definitely looks like Android. Oscilloscope, it looks like, yeah, it's booted into Android and it's auto launching the app. 2022 is the copyright, so I'm probably going to have to connect and see if there's an update for this. Okay, now we're booted up. Don't know if you can see that. Some glare there on the screen. Okay, first thing, I'm going to hit this home button that gets you to the desktop. These buttons really feel good, by the way. One thing I got to definitely say right away, I can tell you, this screen is trash. This LCD, this is like the $20 tablet LCD. And from here we can, let me turn this brightness all the way up, see if that'll help. Back to oscilloscope. There it is, not that much in this scenario. But yeah, this is definitely trash, this LCD, I'm telling you right now. This is the So Micsig, if you're watching this, I don't know why you do some junk like this. You made a pretty decent feeling device so far. I haven't tested it all yet, but charge me $20 more and put a decent screen, right? I'll pay the $20 extra instead of putting some trash like this from a $10 tablet. You know, this just doesn't make sense. All right, the channel buttons. Let's see, hold on. Okay, we got menus. Okay, I gotta figure out this interface. So one thing that I can tell you right away, as I hit this stop and run button here at the top, you see the color changes also directly in tune with the software. That is actually pretty good. Looks like the programming is actually very well done on this application. I'm actually kind of impressed by that. It looks like on the programming side, I definitely think this looks like it's well done. Okay, this is where we can decode our signals. We're going to test that because this supposedly can do CAN bus decoding. So we're going to test that and look at the CAN packets here in a bit. Let me see how this software works. Let me manipulate this. 1 second. Now that is pretty cool. You can just turn off and on the channels just like that. I like that. Very well written software so far from what I'm seeing that actually interfaces with the buttons and the scope. I'm going to test this some more, but it looks pretty impressive. I'm going to go ahead and connect to the Wi-Fi here, and I hit the home button. By the way, there's also a, if I go back in, there's a screen lock button here. As you can see, lit up green, and we got the lock symbol here, so then the screen is locked out. Let's see. It even locks out at the home page as well. Let's see something. I hit the power button. It does not affect the power menu, so you can, which is actually pretty good. I think that's pretty good programming. Yeah, so you can turn off the screen lock from the power button as well. So let me go ahead, and this is how you get into the menu, the normal Android menu. Looks like they customized it. They possibly removed all the other things that you don't need. You could probably add it in, I'm guessing, since this is Android. Okay, let me go ahead and connect. All right, we're connected. So let's see how we can get to updates on this thing. System upgrade. Let's see what we got in here. By the way, I can hear the fan going on this thing. Screenshot saved. Optimize system, fix known bugs. Okay. I don't see anything. Oh, it's doing it already by itself down here. There was nothing to click or anything. It just started downloading and doing it by itself. At the moment, it looks like it's downloading really slow. I don't know why. I'll bring you guys in a little bit back. It literally is downloading that slow right now. I don't know. It's not my internet connection. It's their servers, I guess. That is really slow. Um, by the way, we're going to go ahead and do the test. If you're new to this channel, you've never been on this channel, this is the CAN bus tester that we're going to be doing the test with. I'm going to show this to you in a little bit. So just giving you a little heads up. So we'll be back once that download gets further on. Okay, that took long. That was like, I don't know how many minutes, but more than 30, 45 minutes. So we're going to hit the upgrade button. I'll bring it back in a second. Okay, it's updating the APK, restarting the device. Okay, looks like it might be updating the OS too. I'll bring it back. Okay, that took about 3 minutes. It's rebooting again. All right, there's our loading logo, boot logo. It's booting into Android now. One thing I do like is that it does use Android, and I'm guessing it's like version 11. This is still 2022. Maybe there's a separate update for this, and that was just the update for the OS. Glad the channels came up. You can just turn them off. I really like this, man. This is cool. All right, let me go home. Let's see. Let's make sure we got everything updated. And calendar clock came in, so you can scroll over. App market. Okay, this looks like their own personal app market. We're gonna install that. I'm sure, being this is Android, I could sideload whatever I want as well. Possibly even just install the standard Play Store if I wanted to, and load whatever application I want. I sideload. I do prefer devices that do run Android because I can then sideload whatever I want and use the device for other things. One thing, this does not have that much memory. I did look at it. Let me let this finish. I'll bring you guys back. Okay, I do like ES File Explorer, one of my favorite file explorers for Android. It's a pretty good app. It's installing now. Just took a few seconds to download, and it's currently in the background downloading the Office suite as well. I'm just going to tell it done. As you can see, it's at 20%. I'm going to install that. Okay, let's see what else we got here. APKs. Okay, device information. Okay, this looks like different modules. These are the modules that are installed currently, and these are the modules available. It looks like you would be able to pick them or possibly enter the license, and then it should install these modules. Now, why these aren't installed, I don't know. I've got to come back to this at a later point, but it's got the specs of the machine right there. Okay, I'm going to go home. There's the new apps that it installed. Okay, so let me just go back to system upgrade, see what it says. No new version, so I've got the latest. And so I'm assuming I've got the latest software in the scope. between the system update and the App Store, which there's nothing else to install. I've installed both of these. So this should be the latest and greatest, so whatever results I get should be up to date. So, okay, here are the leads it comes with. They even label them themselves, Micsig, so you can see the model of the probe. Looks pretty good. As you can see, it's got a the grounding alligator clip on them, pretty firm. Looks decent. They already came with the color coded, so this will be my channel 1, which is yellow, and the blue will be channel 2. I'm gonna go ahead and connect them up. Okay, got the little protective plastic on there, and channel 1, as you can see, the color, it already came with this color on it, so just slip it on there, lock it, pretty simple, and put channel 2 on there. Okay, and that's it. Pretty good. By the way, the bag came with some different rings if you wanted to change the colors, and little accessories and tools and whatnot. So, yeah, I'm just going to hook up to the, looks like the signal generator on the side. And I'm going to hook both of them. That was 2. I'm going to hook up 1. And as you can see, it pulled the pattern. I'm going to hit auto to get the trigger. And there it is. Okay, so just a quick little test. I'm going to go ahead and get to the vehicle because what I want to test this on is on the CAN bus and also a few automotive tests. So see you there at the vehicle. By the way, guys, if you're looking for a budget scope, I've got a review on a $150 mini scope. It's basically similar form factor like this. It's all touch and it's lightweight, 150 bucks. Check that out. I'm going to link that. And it's going to be in the description as well. So check that review out if you want something budget, and we'll continue on this one. Okay, guys, we're actually at the bench, and I've got the tablet hooked up to a CAN bus signal. What actually goes hand in hand with this as far as troubleshooting is the ultimate CAN bus tester. So if you haven't seen this, I've got videos on this that shows how this works. And you've got your OBD port. You can take this anywhere on the car, and you've got your leads here. You've got CAN high and CAN low, and they come with back probes, but you can always pull these out, and they're just standard 4mm barrel connectors, so you can plug this in conjunction with the oscilloscope. You've also got your Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep bypass connector and your ground lead that you need to connect to a common ground on the vehicle. It's extra long, by the way, and we're going to go ahead and connect this in conjunction with the scope. So I'm using 2 different leads. I'm using an aftermarket lead here that goes to barrel banana connectors, 4mm, and then I've got the OEM lead here on part 2. So here's the OEM lead here, and I just pinched it to a cable and connected to port 14 CAN low, and I've got the ground going to 6. Rather, port 4 is the ground. 6, of course, is CAN high. And this is the aftermarket lead I told you. So I put the negative into 5, and this is 6 right here. So that's CAN high. And I've plugged the ultimate CAN bus tester here, and I back probed it on CAN low. And as you can see, it instantly gives us a live readout of the bus voltage. Now, the readings we're seeing the CAN bus is actually coming from this Ford 2005 ECM. All right, so yellow is CAN high and blue is CAN low, which is port 2. That's the settings I've got it at right now. And as you can see, it gives you a rough idea of the voltage. I've got 2 different leads. That's why you see it like this. I'm still trying to figure out this scope. So if anything, I'm sure someone is going to correct it or in the comments if you got anything you got to say about it, because I'm still figuring this model out. Just got it. Now, to get to the menu, if you wanted to change, you hit this quick menu button, and at the bottom you'll see there it changes. I can press it to go to the menu and activate and deactivate the menu. So with the menu activated, I can then click on serial text, And this is where you can activate. As you can see, I have it activated for the second port. It's CAN low. I can go to 1, and that's 0 port 1, and you can see the different IDs and that it's decoding from the CAN bus messages, and you can see them there. I've got a, of course, it's got a CRC, so I would assume that is correct, right? I haven't double checked and verified this, but it looks pretty good. You can see the frame counter down there at the bottom. It's counting up all the different frames. Now, if you hit this menu button right here while you have the screen up, you can then get to the options. So this is where you would be able to, for channel 1, you'd be able to select the source that it's going to be on and what type of message it is, and the signal, which of course this one is CAN high, and the baud rate, which I have it selected at 500. Press it again, and if you wanted to change the option for 2, you would press menu here, and then you could turn it off and on. These are the different signals you can, serial connections you can debug or view. Then when you're done, you hit the same quick menu button, brings it up at the bottom, then you click close this out by clicking on the serial text there again, and then you're back at your main screen. It's my signal's a little dirty here, as you can see. You can on the zoom button here, I like it's pretty cool. You press that zoom button. Yeah, my battery's low. You press that zoom button, it shows you where you're at. I'm basically right there. You can click around anywhere. And as you can see, the zoom button lit up when I pressed it and activated it. I really like that. So I can click around to view any part of that waveform, drag it as well. And that's where we're at. Let me move it. Yeah, and it shows you the right there. It's debugging, reading that part of the waveform. So that is pretty cool. I like that. Just hit the zoom button to turn it off. And as you can see, I got the counters here. If you click on the waveform, whichever one you want, of course it'll you can swap between the two if you want to see the values for whichever one you're looking at. That's pretty cool. I like that. Of course, you can change the scale with the screen here, and you also have manual buttons. You can do that as well, which I like a lot. So here, you slide it to the left and right, and you can adjust it however you want. I personally love manual buttons instead of a screen. It's just way better to me, more dependable. You got the tactile feel, all of that. You can also change the scale of the signal you're looking at, as you can see as I'm moving it up and down, changing that scale as well. And here you can move the position of the waveform where you're looking at it, left and right. You can scroll one by one. As you can see, I'm moving it one by one, or you can hold it down and it'll move it a lot more aggressively. Pretty good. You can also move the position of the waveform you're on. As you can see, I'm moving the blue up and down using the same button. And here, if you hit the menu, hit one of the main menus, you can look at, this is where you can turn off and on the measurements. There's the counter there, as you can see. Under save, you can change the different settings for the waveform. You can see the different formats, and it gives you, options you can modify. Pretty cool. A lot of customization there. You can change the sample depth here under sample. Display, you can change the brightness of the waveform, let me put it up so you can see the difference, what it does. If you notice the difference now, bring it back down. You can see that. And it's in vectors, or you can put it to dots. And the dots will give a different type of display. Let me just show you you might see a difference there. You see that? Vectors, you kind of have more of a, straight line. Here at the trigger options, you can see what we got there. There's a lot of stuff to play with here. Very detailed scope, a lot of options. I like it. It's your auto button, so of course if you have it, it was only going to go to the current channel that you're on. If you wanted to have it always go to a certain, or have it detected on its own, you would turn that on. And there's a threshold where you could put it up to, you could say I wanted to trigger on the one that has more than 1 volt, for example. And under user set, you could also do a factory reset if you wanted to right there. So yeah, this is just demonstrating, you know, CAN bus testing. There's a lot of other things you can do. Of course, you can do compression testing. You can do cam crank correlations, a lot of different things. Maybe I'll do another video with more full featured options if you guys want to see that. Leave a comment down below. Anything else you want to know about the device, something that I might have missed, let me know in the comments. I love this device. I think it's pretty good. The only thing I got to say is the screen is trash. I'm still going to be honest about that. There's no reason to have such a nice device and you put, you know, the cheapest Android screen that you can find on the market. To me, it's just dumb. But outside of that, the build quality, the software user interface tie-in with the buttons, everything is actually top notch for a product that I wasn't expecting it to be this way, to be honest. Very good programming. I have nothing bad to say about the integration of the device and the software at this point. The only thing I got to say is, the only thing bad I can say about this device is the screen. Outside of that, I love it, man. I definitely give this probably a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It would probably be a 5 stars if they didn't have that trashy screen in there. Outside of that, it's a very good device. Also washes out pretty easily in the sunlight, so you kind of have to be in shade, dark conditions, because like I said, the screen is not the best. So Micsig, you watching this, you know exactly what to do on your next version, man. Click that thumbs up button, guys, and see you on the next one.